So our first math lesson, our objective is to learn how to read and write multi-digit numbers with base 10. We will learn how to expand them and state them in number form, which is standard form, unit form, and expanded form, which I'll teach you, okay? You will be successful today if by the end of this lesson you understand what expanded form, standard form, and unit form are. And if you can read and write multi-digit base 10 numbers, okay? So in order for us to complete this lesson, you are going to need to make sure that you have a piece of paper and something to write with, because we're going to practice making place value charts. Okay, this is our first place value chart that we're going to practice making. And the reason I'm going to have you practice making it instead of just giving you one to fill out is because if we take a state test, they do not let us give you the place value chart. You have to actually know how to fill this out yourself. So I figured, why not start early and practice it on our own? And that way we'll be masters when it's time for the state test, okay? So, this is where I need to do some examples for you, and this is where I need to switch. All right, fingers crossed. Let's see if this works. Uh-oh, I might have to stop presenting first. Hang on. Let's try it this way.
I couldn't find a pencil. Is it okay to use the crayon?
I can see your hand and half of the computer.
Yay, okay. Yeah, that's fine as long as we have something to practice with, okay? Okay, here's the test. Let me get a piece of paper. I gotta move all this out of the way. I need to make sure, because what I see and what you see I think is different, because mine's all backwards. Can you see this word?
I think it says hello. Yeah.
Can you put it more to the camera?
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, so let's try to make it closer.
It's like white.
We can't see it.
I can't see anything. Oh, I could kind of see it now. I could kind of see it.
Okay, let me try marker. Hang on.
It says hello, but we can kind of see it.
But it's also
There, I can see it with that one.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
high.
so we
Yeah,
just need a darker
can see it a
pen.
little bit better.
Okay.
I can see it a little bit better.
Cool. I'm going to use marker then. Okay. Let me try this color. Make sure you can see it.
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's hello. Yeah, that's hello.
Okay, great. So it worked. Yay. Okay. So what we're going to do is I want to show you some examples, and I got to go back to here. I had to put them on here because when I was playing with this camera yesterday, I noticed that it was really blurry. So this is what I'm about to put up, okay? If I can find it. Do you guys have your piece of paper ready? Let me go back to the camera. Okay. I want to practice making a place value chart together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a big rectangle. Oh, sorry.
Good job.
Can you see it? Because I see nothing.
What are we supposed to do? I don't see it.
I don't either.
I don't see it.
everybody can see it. Yeah.
How's that?
There you go.
Better? Okay. So I'm drawing a big rectangle, and then I'm going to draw 4 columns. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you still with me?
You can tell me if you don't get that.
Okay, guys, you need to hit mute.
Who can tell me?
Hit mute, guys. Mute.
I wasn't. Miss Doherty,
Yes.
my screen is going slow for some reason, and
It might be because I switched the camera view from my face to this dot cam.
What are we supposed to do? Because I lost connection, I couldn't see what we were doing.
Okay, do you see my screen right here?
What is the classroom 2?
Yeah.
I want you to draw this.
Yes, we're correct.
What we use the what? Do we use the paper from this one?
Use a piece of paper.
Not for me.
Okay, guys. So the first thing we need to learn is how to label our place value chart. We always start on this side, and it's always ones. The next one is tens. After tens is hundreds. And the last one on this one, sorry, you can't see it. The last one on this one is thousands. So just for right now, we're going to deal with ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. And I'm so sorry, guys. If you have questions, I will not be able to see because I can't see anybody's face this time when this dot cam's on. So let me go through this, and then if we have questions, I will ask at the end of each section, okay? Destiny, you need to mute.
Philip, esto que eso? Que se mueva. ¿Cuándo es que se mueva esto?
Are you writing?
Oh. Wow.
Christopher, you need to mute.
Doherty, is it T-H-O or A? Because I cannot see it.
Is it which one? Ones? Tens?
Thousands?
Oh, sorry. THOUSANDS. This is why I don't like writing with marker too. So, okay. Let me close this. Okay. Now that we've practiced drawing this, and we'll draw this a whole bunch of times today. If I told you a number, I want to see if you guys know where I would put those numbers. So if I said, write 1,708. Does anybody know where my 1 would go on this chart? Would it go in the ones, tens, hundreds, or thousands? And you're going to have to just shout it out because I can't see hands. 1,708.
A 1 would go in the thousands.
Good. So we would put a 1 right here. Good. So now we're left with 708. Does anybody know where the 7 would go?
Me, the 7 goes in the 100.
Perfect. Now we're left with 0 and 8. If I have 1,708, where would my 0 go?
10.
Perfect.
The 0 goes in the 10.
And then what's left?
And then the 8 and the 1.
The 8. Good. Oh, good. So you guys are pretty good at that. Okay. So if I asked you, when we look at this number, what is the value of 1? What would you say?
Thousands.
Yeah, we would just go up and we'd say, oh, that's thousands. So if I asked you, what is the value of 7?
100.
100, right? There's 7 hundreds. What if I asked you, what is the value of 8?
Yeah. 8. One.
One, right? We're just literally going up to see what it's under. So it's saying I've got 8 ones. I don't have any 10s. I've got 7 hundreds, and I have 1 thousands, right? So the easiest one to teach you first is standard form. That is 1,708. The actual number, sorry guys, the actual number is standard form. So if I asked you to write standard form for 324, I got 3 hundreds, 2 10s, and 4 1s. Standard form for that number would be 324. That is standard form. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay, great. All right, I'm going to get a new piece of paper. And like I said, don't worry about if you don't get all these written down. I am recording the video right now as we speak, okay? So you can always reference it when I post it today after school. Okay.
Is it 300 and something at the bottom?
I just picked a number. It was 324.
Cool.
All right, here we go. We're going to draw another place value chart. Somebody's not on mute. Okay. All right, guys. What would my first column? What did we call that one? What's the name of that one? Right here.
Ones.
Good. Ones. What's next?
Tens.
Tens. Good.
Tens.
Next.
Hundred.
Hundreds.
1,000.
And thousands. Good.
Thousands.
Good.
Thousand.
All right. Let's see. Let me pick another number. I'm going to pick one from that chart. What if I said, I want you to tell me how many thousands you have if I said 2,324? How many thousands do we have?
What? Two.
Good, because I said 2,324, right?
Yes.
Okay. What if I asked you what the value of the 2 is? What's the value of the 2? It's 10s, right? So I have 2 10s. So really what that's saying is I've got 2 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? 10. What's the value of the hundreds?
3.
How many do I have? 3.
300.
Those ones, if we actually had ones with us, they look like this. There's like 10 in each one. I can't draw enough, but they're flat like this. And we would have 3 of them. I'm just trying to make pictures for you. Ones are the easiest because they're little blocks, right? So we would literally have 1 little block, 2 little blocks, 3 little block, and 4 little blocks. We would have 2,000s if we had our blocks with us, And those are the big cube ones, right?
Yeah.
We would have 2 of these. Sorry, I'm not a very good drawer of these. Okay, 2 of those,
Me
right?
too.
Now, the next thing I want to show you. So our standard form for this number is 2,324. That is standard form, okay? The next part I'm going to teach you is word form. Word form is super easy too because all we do is we look at our place value chart. So I'm going to start with 2, and it says I have 2 thousands. Sorry, you can't see. I have 2,000. So I literally am going to write that. I'm going to write 2 thousands, comma. How many hundreds do I have?
300.
3, right? So I have to write, because we're putting it in word form, we have to write 3 hundreds. Guys, you need to mute.
Okay.
Until I ask you a question, okay? Okay, and then to do word form for tens, we have 2 tens. So we say 2 tens. 2 tens and 4 ones. Okay? This is standard form, the actual number, and this is word form. It makes sense, right? Because it's in words. Okay, so that is word form. The next one that I want to teach you is a little more difficult, okay? And that is expanded form. I'm going to stick with the same number. How do I get this? Oh, I have to go this way. Okay. So what I do is for expanded form, I take the first number on the left and I have a 2, okay? I go 2. And then I fill in the rest of the numbers with zeros. So I've got 1, 2, 3 numbers after it. So on my 2, I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. Then I do a plus sign. And I move on to the next number in the place value chart. And in our case, the next number is a 3. So now I have a 3.
So
and how many zeros would I put after the 3? What's after 3? How many numbers?
4. 20.
I got 2 digits after 3. So I'm only going to have 2 zeros. 1, 2. Plus sign. You guys need to mute. The next one is tens. I got 2 tens. And how many digits after it? Digits is a fancy word for numbers. How many numbers are after the 2? Do I have 6 numbers after the 2?
4.
Don't look at the actual number. Look at how many place values I have. I only have 1 number after the 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a 2 and then 1 0. Let me move it over here. Sorry. And then the ones, I do a plus sign. I have a 4. But guess what? I don't add a 0 to that one because if you look, there's no digit here, right? So I don't need to add a 0 to the end of the 4. And this right here is expanded form.
It's
expanded. You're spreading it out. I actually think we learned that word in our Achieve article. You're making it bigger, right?
Yeah.
So the way that I can explain this is if you look at the 2,000, The reason it's written like this is because when you look at the place value chart and I asked you what the value of the 2 was, you said thousands, right? So
Yes.
really it's saying I've got 2 thousands. Well, that's what I say right here, right? I've got 2 thousands. Okay? Then I said, what's the value of the 3? And you guys said hundreds, right? So I have 3 hundreds. Well, I have 3 hundreds right here, right? And I said, what's the value of the 10? You guys, or I'm sorry, the 2, you said tens. So we have 2 tens. And we know 2 times 10 is 20, right? I've got 2 tens. And then we are left with 4 ones. This is how you do expand. We just made it bigger. But really, if I added these all together, and I can even show you that. If I added all those numbers together, we would still end up with 2,324. So if I added it this way, and I added the 20 to it, and I added the 4, I would have 4 here, I would have 2 here, 3 here, and 2. So we are ending up with the same number, and you can't see that. Okay. We end up with 2,324. The same thing as if we put it in the place value chart. Okay? I know it's a lot, but we're going to practice some, okay? Let me get a new piece of paper.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, go. I'm going to switch my view really quick just to see if we have any questions, because I'm sure there's a lot of questions. Oh, wrong one.
Can I use the restroom?
Yes. Okay. Now I need to go to the tile so I can see everybody. Why is it not doing my layout? I don't know why. I think it's because I'm on that other thing. A lot. I see chat. We got a lot. Yes, it is a lot, but we'll practice, okay? Okay. We're going to practice doing another place value chart, but I'm going to add a couple more columns, okay? Okay. I don't know. Can you guys see this if I put this here?
No.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
You can?
A little.
Little? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a chart. Do you see how they have standard form here and they gave us some of them, but we have to fill in some of them? We have to know, if they gave me a word form, I need to know how to put that into standard form. Okay? So if you can't see this, I'm going to read it for you. Mute, guys. You need to mute. Okay. This says 5,370. 5,370. So if I were to draw this in a place value. I'm drawing my place value chart.
What are we supposed to do?
You're supposed to draw a place value chart. Okay? We've got ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. You're going to get sick of doing this, I promise. But that's good. You're going to remember it forever. And I said the number in word form was 5,370. So I'm going to ask you, where would I put the 5 if I said the word form was 5,000?
In the thousands.
Good, in the thousands. So we put a 5 here. Okay? And the next word says 300. Where would you put the 3?
And the hundred.
Hundreds.
Perfect. And then the last part says 70. Where do I put 70?
You put a 7
And
and
the 7 and the 10 and the 0 and the 1s.
Wow,
Yeah.
super smart. Good job. And then I have a follow-up question. Where would I put the comma in this if I was to write it in standard form, the number form?
right next to the 5.
Do I put it on this side of the 5 or this side of the 5?
Go.
That side.
This side between
That's
5
one
and
right
3?
now.
Good. So guess what you guys just did? Oh, that's my dog going crazy. Sorry. You guys just put a word form and stuck it into standard form. So I'm going to write what you said. We have 5,000, comma, 370. So there you go. You just put word form to standard form. The tricky part is going from this to expanded form. That's with the plus signs, okay? So if you think of expanded, think of get bigger. And when we get bigger, we're adding something, right? So if you think of expanded form, think of adding something. If I ate 16 pies, my waist would expand, right? I would get bigger.
Yeah.
So expanded form means we need to take this and just make it really, really super crazy long. Okay? That's how I want you to remember. Expanded means adding. So now all I have to do is if we go back to our place value chart right here, you said we have 5,000. So I'm going to start with the 5. I'm trying to show you both at the same time. It's really
5, 0, 0 plus 300.
You're close, Cece.
0.
You're close, but you forgot a 0 because we have 1, 2, 3 digits after the 5, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Then we put our plus sign. Okay, so now he's done. I'm done with him. I don't need to worry about him anymore. I'm going to move to his neighbor. I've got a 3. And how many zeros would you add?
2.
2.
1.
1, 2. Good. Now I'm done with him. What's the next number?
70.
Not 7. I can't have 70 tens, right? I can only have 7 tens, right?
Yeah.
But you're right. It'll be 70 by the time we're done. What do I have to put right here?
7.
Well, am I missing something here? Yeah, the plus sign. Then I'm going to come down here. 7. And then 1 digit after 7, right?
0.
0.
0.
Now, you guys could put this, because there's no 1. But you don't need to do that.
None.
Good.
Because there's no digit behind.
Okay, great. Alright, I need to find out who that is because it's really loud and it's really distracting.
I'm just telling you I'm unmuted. Oh.
I'm muting everybody.
It's Doherty.
Yes,
Can I use the bathroom?
of course. Okay, now I really think you guys are catching on. I hope the plus sign helps you with the expanded form. Just think when you see expanded, think of getting bigger, adding something to it, okay? I'm going to move this up. So let's take a look at one that has an expanded form already done for us, okay? What I like to do when they give me this is I start over here. I start with my 1s. So I don't know if you can see this, but it says number 2. So what this is saying is I have 2 1s, okay? So on my place value chart, I'm going to draw a new one. Actually, I think I'll just continue down here. On my place value chart, I have 2 ones. Okay, let me do this. Now, remember the zeros we just added to hold the place value, right? You can't see that. Okay. This says 70. So how many 10s do I have? How many 10s do I have in the number 70?
Oh, what?
How many 10s are in the number 70?
7.
7. Good. So on my place value chart, under the 10s, I write 7. Now remember, the zeros we just held there for place values. So how many hundreds do I really have? This says 3, by the way, if you can't see it. How many hundreds do I have?
3.
3. Is Cece the only one working today? Okay, trick question. Are there any thousands here? I've got 50,000. Are there any thousands in that place value?
Yes, 5.
Not in the thousands. There's 0 here. I don't have any thousands, right?
You have no thousands.
Yeah, I don't have any thousands. So guess what I have to do? I have to add another column, and he becomes a 10,000. So my 5 would go here. Okay. So you just took an expanded form where it was fat and reduced it to a standard form, the regular number. So now I want to know, when I write this into standard form, where would the comma go? Stop there, okay? Is it going to go here?
Oh, no.
Here?
A lot of stuff going on here.
No.
So I need
Here?
you guys to take a big deep
No.
breath in.
No.
Here?
No. No.
Here?
No.
Because this
No. No.
Here? I don't have a comma?
No. No.
I have to have a comma, guys. Let me tell you a secret. After 3 digits, you have to add a comma. So 1, 2, 3, comma. If there was a number in front of the 5, I'd have 1, 2, 3, comma. Okay? So when I write this in standard form, I have to write it this way. 50,372.
If you had a Flipgrid partner, I need you and your participants to
Not muted.
if you have a Flipgrid partner.
All right, guys. So I want us to get a chance to go ahead and practice on our own. So I am going to stop.